with snot and spit coming out my face. Whew, that's a morning motivation time. Damn, son, I'm getting over this cold. I didn't expect the boom to be so splashy. I'm walking out this cold, and we are out here in the morning. Hey! I'm feeling it again, man. Like, it'll never be the same since I lost my child. I don't think everybody's ever going to get the depths of my pain, but hopefully they'll get to feel the light of my life. And today's one of those days where I feel absolutely fantastic, and all because of the energy, the inner me having energy. You know, I started walking yesterday, and of course this crazy ass weather, there's still a little bit and there's snow here, but this beautiful baby blue sky, right? And this beautiful life, when I started to perceive it that way, it started to treat me that way. And I don't know how many people treat their life like a present. We call it the present, you know, talk about presents when it's Christmas. We talk about presents when we're, hey, good morning, when we're out and about with our friends, if we're on our phones, if we're fucking on our phones during a movie. Like, how many times have we been distracted and not present? And, you know, having the presence of mind to say that I'm here now. I'm not there. I'm not in the future. I'm not with people trying to run me over. There we go. Come on, get some shit in. You and your little signals and shit. Come on, signal. Get your shit together. I'm feeling the signal. I'm getting the message, you know. I'm getting awesome messages from my friends. Said, you've never, ever, maybe 7 evers, never, ever did me wrong. You've never argued with me. You've always accepted me. You are my je ne sais quoi. And I had to look it up, and that says it's a French term for I don't know what. So if you say it, not I don't know what, but the term is I don't know what. You're like, if you have something that can't be explained with words, I do this a lot, like this energy between those fingers, like you can almost see the shine when I do it, you know, like this like life force between my fingers. I don't know where I got it. I don't know how I created it. I know there's a lot of Buddhism that does a lot of this. There's a lot of triangles and triads and all sorts of different movements, but the one that gets me is this je ne sais quoi, this quan, if you will, the happiness. I think Kwam Suk, if you say it right, in Thailand, you know, my Kwam Suk, my Kwam is to find this well-being. You know, I almost want to call it happy because we mix terminologies all the time. We'll mix anger with sadness and loneliness. We'll mix happiness with contentment and peace. But there's certain things that in our lives where you are really legitly at peace. And that's what I wanted people to have. I wanted them to have peace. All these men are seeking someone that they can build with. I can only speak of men things too. I realized that when I was talking yesterday, or whatever day it was yesterday, I was all pumped up. And for men, it's all about conquering. It's all about finding something to conquer. There's no more lands to go explore. You know, there's no more buffalo to go hunt. So we got to find a way to conquer something. Go out every day and take charge and go after things and make things a reality. And that's something that I don't see a lot of people doing, as they don't have any chase anymore. So what they were talking about is us being, again, docile. You know, this word that you're almost inept, and they keep saying incel. And it's like, yeah, you're going to be an incel when your social cues for grouping with someone, you know, being in a group only comes from playing video games. You know, I got a friend that plays, he's a grown-ass man. He's 40 plus years old. Good morning. He's 40 plus years old, and he still plays video games with 20-year-olds, and it's a game for kids, Fortnite or whatever. Like, I don't play video games, but when you're in it, Oh man, that sun's coming down, so I'm gonna have to need the hoodie. But when you're in it, you don't get to see the forest through the trees. You don't see that this is a social cue called upon you from deep inside your soul, DNA, and evolution that says you want to be around people. Now, women are really good at this when they're adept at talking with each other and reaching each other and having communication. They use a lot of words. When they get together, they're talking about everything. They're flipping through, they're making life decisions together. They need the constant communication and verbal to make their emotions make sense to them. They have to translate in womanese what is going on with them because they're getting all sorts of data that is above human. Right? Like as me as a human, I'm calculating all logistics. I'm like, okay, this is a tree, this is a bush, that's a cactus. Boom, very legit. But she might see that this tree is struggling for life. She might see the absence of leaves. She might feel necessity to nurture that bush and make it feel awesome. So this is something that I see all the fucking time, that we get inside of ourselves and we, as our nature, we come up with ways to make things awesome for ourselves. And that's what ends up happening is we got things, so we can do all sorts of things. You guys going this way? Here, go ahead. Too funny. Oh, we got company. Yes, good morning, good morning. Yes.
You see the pug?
Too many dogs. Look at these dogs everywhere. I was feeling like I was seeing people. I was smiling with the people. They're smiling a little bit too much back at me because they got a box of Trulies and Twisted Teas. And I'm like, that is not the look I need at 10 a.m. There's not me getting up early to rise my body so I can go harm it. And my sobriety is worth everything to me. I can't explain it because I didn't really go to any NA classes. I quit, I quit my own addictions. Plastic Pocket Challenge. There's been a lot of aluminum cans challenges. But yeah, I'm the guy that put myself in the driver's seat. And as men, we need something to overcome, to conquer, to feel like we're building into something. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people have in their lives. Without a goal, without a true north on your compass, we kind of spin around. We're like a rudderless boat. We're just out in the elements I've been like letting myself lead into my depression. I took my pirate ship, this awesome ship that's been sailing on the high seas. And what I do, I went to places unseen. I went to places that I didn't think I could see. Let me just throw this away real quick. Just trying to get some plastic. I hope people don't mind, but I'm not trying to pick it all up. But yeah, so that's what we end up doing, right? We end up being sensitized to who we are and how we operate. We pull up anchor and we travel the open seas, and there's so much possibilities and so much danger all wrapped in one. But it's that je ne sais quoi, that moment of life in Thailand. I'm like, I'm missing a bunch. Anyway, my point is living my life. The worry was burning away and my happiness was skyrocketing. Now, of course, we all need hammock time, but that hammock time that we have to concentrate or to enjoy this thing, we don't spend as much time with it, because if we're out into the elements, we're out in the jungle, we're in the hammock, all of a sudden our feet are kicked up, we're cognizant of what's happening to us. We met everywhere of it. This is some awesome messages. So I'm just getting awesome messages. My spiritual mentor is guiding me, talking to me. We talked for like an hour last night, and it was like he really guided me. He's connecting with me. And just so that we've had a friendship for over 25 years, and that we never an argument. It's always been effortless. I've always wanted to, I've always gone to all his things when he was his speaking engagements. Middle of the street, and it still doesn't want to give me my signal. Ain't that about a bitch? But for us to never have a fight, I hope you have like that. Got the other friend that uses manipulation, uses bully tactics, uses guilt trips, and I just don't love him as much. When we treat people on that level, but I am wary of him. I'm aware of him. I'm aware of how many meals that I bought for him and haven't been reciprocated, and how many times he's come at me or said some shit or ruined the mood or just been moody. I'm cognizant. Backpedal. I can love you less, and it's not that I love you not anymore. I just love less. Say that thing. Somebody that don't try me or push their agenda on me or the agenda. I don't know if we'll ever speak again. I don't know if his pride will ever lower to apologize, but I'm still waiting for it, showing up to Vegas unannounced, getting all fucking smashed, massaging the Uber driver. Bro, there's so much you owe me an apology for, I can't even speak. But will you speak up and say, man, I shouldn't have come into your town that way, unplanned, unannounced, and acting out? Yeah, how many times have you done that? How many times have you done that? I've been that showed up and showed out. I've been the mistake going all the way from Brazil to San Francisco and arguing with my pregnant girl. I should have never done that. And in my life, I've lived in that regret. I keep going into that harbor of I'm harboring feelings. They literally say that in terminology and in our lexicon. If you're looking at idioms and slang, we say things like they're harboring ill will towards you. And that's where I wonder if you pull your boat into the harbor and it's called ill will, or if it's called Pearl Harbor, you're in a danger zone. You got all your boats lined up ready to just be struck and strifed and fucking, what's that called when they streak the airplanes just along the edge? They just shot everything. All they had to do was just shoot because all the boats were in alignment. And that's the things that I've been seeing. I've been seeing my harbor pull out of Pearl Harbor in danger and smoke and death and destruction and into another harbor where let's call it Harbor Pearl, because we flipped it. We flipped that there's something shiny somewhere. Hey, brother. Good morning, sir. Yes, this guy's awesome. He's got everything. This is the house. This is what I want when I grow up. What we have as people, that je ne sais quoi, that thing that we cannot identify, is when I'm trying to tap in with people. Tap in. See me touching my heart? I'm trying to tap into this thing that's giving me love and light. It's giving me the opportunity to see love in someone else or continue to grow my opportunity. I'm getting great messages from people that I respect and love telling me I'm the hardest worker that they know. Or my homie, he's like, dude, you're just so positive. I've had 20 years of being dry, or 20 days of not drinking, cold turkey. He just quit. And he's like, it helps to have people around that are positive like you, bro. I wake up in the morning and you're always asking me how I'm doing and what's going on and checking on me. And he's like, I've never had a roommate like that. I've never had somebody. You're just such a positive force. And I just wanted to thank you. I was in the garage thinking like, man, Mark's a real cool dude. And then this little month that he's been on my couch, we've turned into friends. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like we're friends. I've taken him out to breakfast. I've given him money for being on the couch. I've given money for eating food and electricity, because we consume things, even if I'm just on the couch, we consume things. I've had bowls of cereal. I've had milk. I've done a lot of things. And that's what I would like. I'm paying for the things that I've accumulated. I'm paying my dues in life. And that's what it's like. If you pay your dues, if you put in the work, if you stack up for that rainy day, it's never enough when it's always the flood. When you're flooding and it's overflowing, Lord, my cup overfloweth and I'm not even thirsty. Like Cat Williams would say. It's like sometimes it's prepared to put sand into bags on a sunny day, and you're like, that's some hard work. It's sunny out. We should be at the beach. And you'd be like, yeah, but one day it's going to rain. Now, there are beach days. Hell yeah, bitches and beaches, baby. But there's other days when you're going to need to stack for a rainy day. There are going to be days where you got to cut the corn while it's high and stack and go, I'm really happy, and And it's one of the hardest things for addicts is you don't want them to stop being happy. Like the people I just walked past last lap, they're happy and they're human and they're walking past me, but they're also carrying Trulies and Twisted Teas. So it's just like you're carrying your happy with you and you don't even know it. Most people, they don't even know it. They sit there at their airport and post a random photo of a drink and they'll be like, I'm flying out. And you're like, really? What you're doing is I'm calming down. I'm desensitizing myself. I'm sedating myself, and I use this alcohol or this drink to make me calm the fuck down. And that's something most people, I'm just gonna get these because they keep getting mashed up. These poor Barbies need to be picked up. Plastic pocket challenge and put away. I need a trash can. Here, we'll just walk down here. Just open trash can. And that's what I'm saying. So when you carry your light with you, you know, like they all say, good morning. You know, when you're carrying your light with you and you carry it everywhere with you, your vibe's going to change. You know, people are looking for confidence. They're looking for attitude. They're looking for mood. And we see people, but the truth is we, 85? Let's go 90 minutes, especially when we're at the convention center, because they're getting their asses handed out. They're hanging their asses out. They're literally just showing booty and having to have their hair curled and be pretty. And they might have broken up with their boyfriend, have no money. And you can see it in their bodies. Some of them are sitting at home, eating bonbons, got their hairs up in buns, and now it's like, you, snap. I need you to be sexy. I need you to have that light. I need you to have that sexual attraction. There's energy and sexual energy connect in a future tense. In this moment, we're connecting, but when you connect with someone, you know if you're going to be sleeping with them later. You know, like I know, oh shit, plastic pocket challenge. You know, like I know if you're going to, when you're connecting with someone and that energy's palpable, so much so that it makes you want to, you know, it's one of those things that we make. So it's one of those things where, no, I don't even think we make that decision. The universe makes that decision. And it goes, these two people have a spark. And when they come together, they get like magnetized together and go, this person's my friend. This person's my lover. I feel a certain type of way. And that's just what I'm talking about when in life in general. It's like, you know, you have an opportunity to switch harbors. You have an opportunity to, gifted and lifted. It's like, you know, puffed and stuffed. No. There was something I was saying. I was just like, you know, there's magic. There really is magic mushrooms, magic connections, magic energy in all of us. And it's such a blessing that we can find this energy within ourselves, with other human beings, and go, there's that light energy. It's the light energy. It's the energy you see from babies. It's the energy you see from couples, people that kiss in public, people that are holding hands. It's happening, or it needs to happen more. That's the more reasons for me to do this show, is to get people to cue into all these things that your boy Saint's talking about. Turn off your video games and do your thing. Make sure that you get in front of a girl, grab some balls and say what's up to her. This is going to change your life. Risking it, this healthy risk, this, I know you're not going to get stabbed by the girl. I know you're not going to get ran over. You know, take a chance. Take a chance to meet somebody in real life. And that's what I think is really happening. Vintage, real, classic, things of that nature are worth all the money now because everything's so synthesized dopamine from social media. So we walk down, our food is eating. I'm pulling the Kanye menu. I don't even want to order, like I know the Saint's addiction. Is this thing on? The other half, you know, when you're the bipolarity of things, you know, like I know there's been times where you've eaten cold pizza from yesterday, right? So for every cold pizza day, there needs to be an off the menu day. And for every day that's put in front of a video game, needs to be a day spent fully outside. And I defy you, especially when you're out in these elements and this energy, to keep that energy the same. it's gonna lift. It just has to. There's just so much energy and life into it. Most of us, we kind of don't tap into the nature of things, our nature, you know, nature, the environment, and us being a part of the universe. We ain't really tapped in like that. We're just like usually scumbagging it. We're just like, I'm just another human being pissing and shitting, eating and creeping, being a degenerate. You know, we can all wallow. We can all be on low vibes and skank vibes, then Pearl Harbor vibes, you know. But then there's going to be times when you can be a higher level, right? You can find you're grateful. You can find you're thankful. You can find things that make you blessed. And it's like a lot of people, they don't want to count their blessings. They don't want to do the work. You know, I thought about it too myself with my money. I'm like, well, how much money do I have in my account? I don't know. I just keep earning it and spending it. And I'm not really good at calculating it. Like, how much money did you spend last month on food? I don't even want to know. I just want to keep earning income so I can keep eating. But the concentration of what's my habits? You feel me on that? Like, what am I doing to help me? Am I exercising? It's the antidepressant. You know, you're thirsty, there's water. You know, you're exercising, there's oxygen. You're welcome. You know, there's stress, there's breathing. You know, there's all these things that alleviate our pain, and we find the lowest hanging fruit to grab. Like, I'm lonely. Okay, why don't you go to the gym and start meeting people? You can be lonely on the bench. You feel me? Like, you could be bench pressing lonely. Nah, I'm just gonna masturbate and play video games. Boom. We're sedated. We're now comfortable. We're now docile. We're calm as Hindu cows, not knowing that we're about to get slaughtered. And the slaughtering is in our time. We're killing our time. And we're killing ourselves doing it. This cold is killing me. But anyway, my point is to find things that are not so destructive. The addictions can be so such a pattern of control that it almost stagnates our growth. It actually does, you know. So instead of getting out with a fresh mind, I told my homie, now look how you feel. 20 days clean, now your ass can clean up the poop in the dog kennel, you know, pick up all the trash in the back, start waking your sons up earlier. You know, you become a better human when you put in that work. So it's just one of those things that we need to find the harbor that makes us better. We got to dig deep inside of ourselves and say, you know what? I no longer want to be in Pearl Harbor. I don't want to be shallow Hal. I no longer want to be stuck in my patterns, stuck in my ways, you know? I'd like to be the dog that learns new tricks. I'd like to be the human that flips the script. And if nothing else, that's exactly what Saints Addiction's about. I want to be able to flip the script. I want to be able to be creative and not ask for permission. And that's part of the anarchy, is I'm not asking for permission. I'm taking initiative, and I'm making bold statements, and I'm making my life. Am I dead inside? Yeah, I died. I told everyone I killed myself. Right after my child died, I killed myself. I went through the whole process in my mind of being dead, and the coroner came around, and then my mom found out the news. I was in every part of the event, my grave, and then boring times, and then even times that I didn't even know I had friends. Like, you keep living, and then all of a sudden I met Mike Tyson again in the same spot, just me and Mike Tyson. I was like, I wouldn't have had that moment if I had killed myself, you know? And oh shit, that friend I haven't talked to in a long ass time, I wouldn't have had that moment if I had killed myself. And I might be dead inside, and I might not be happy, but I'm also alive and well. Do you feel me on that? I'm also alive now in my life, ready to go and getting something out of it while I'm alive. Now, am I under pain? I'm no different than you. I can be obsessed about the pain. I can be so fixated on what's not working and how unhappy I am and how I feel so lonely. And then I wouldn't be able to live to see today when my friends like, you're one of the best friends I've ever met. You're a human being. You're the je ne sais quoi, bro. My homie. No wonder why we're friends. And I went, thank you, bro. That's like the best message I've gotten in a long time. And I'll actually share it on my social media because it was so nice. But, you know, are there going to be people that are like, fuck Saint? I take screenshots of that too. You know, people are like, fuck you, you're nothing. Da 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 da. Whatever they want to say. I'm waiting for the James here, you know, little girls, and they're thinking he's so cute though. And they're showing up to the house. Their energy is combined with his already at 8 years old. And he's like, I hate girls. I said, man, to hate is to love. And he's like, what? And now I'm like the old sage telling the young people about life. And I said, yeah, to hate is to love. Because if you hate someone, that means that you love them at one point in time. And that's the most important message, you know, to have love in your life. Even if you're hating someone, at least you had this extreme polarity to get that energy. So that's what's going on with my life. Oh man, we got spam calls. You know, that's what's going on in all of our worlds. It's the concentration of the energies that makes all the difference. And that's why I do this show. It's just like, you know, how do we get people a shirt? If anybody else wants a shirt, just drop in a comment below and I'll know what's going on with things. So that's your boy Mark. He said on my heart from the start. You already know. Peace and love. As always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever. Finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Pew! See ya. Peace.